Hey guys, Liz Hogan here again. Now that we've done our top string and sidewall, we're going to move on to our crosslace of our ProForm pocket. So now we're going to move on to our crosslace, and to begin we're going to use the same hole that we did for our top string in that outside leather. So we're just going to string it through, and we're going to make them somewhat even, but we want the side that is towards the outside just a touch longer, because what we're going to do is we're going to tie it in a knot and use that longer side towards the inside. We'll see why. So when we start, the first 4 rows we're actually going to double up. So what that means is it's going to be similar to the top string in that we're going to have 2 knots per each knot here, and on the outside leather we're only going to have 1. So to start, we're going to do the same thing from the outside, top side down. You're going to grab it. Now instead of going back to the leather like a normal string would do, we're actually going to go just like that top string. We're going to go under the leather. We have that loop created, and we're going to bring that string. So you can see that it creates an identical version to what that top string looks like. Now we're simply going to go back to that outside leather, again going over, coming back under. Okay, we want to aim to have it somewhat equal in proportion to our distance from that one. And we're going to do the exact same thing to the next one. So we're going to go from the outside, go under, pulling that, and then we're going to go under. Again, we have that loop here, so we need to bring string through. We want to make sure these are nice and tight. And this is creating our pocket for us, so that's why we double up here. We're going to go back to this side again, going over, coming back. You'll see here my fingers are helping create that channel. I'm going to double up again, so we're going to go top here, go under, got that loop that's created. Nice and tight. Making sure that it's on each side of that knot. Okay, we got one more. So again, we're gonna go over. Make it a little bit more tight as we get down, because again, we want the ball to stay up here. We don't want the ball to go down here. So we're making it a little bit tighter as we get down the head. Under, pulling tight. Okay, so normal one. Now after we get through our first 4 knots, we're going to start just going singles. So instead of going top and bottom, we're just going to go on top. So we're going to do our normal over, down, over, and again, as you get towards down here, these should be very, very small diamonds. Come all the way down. And you want to go all the way down to the last one. Okay, and then once you finish that last one, you're going to do one last knot on this guy. And then you're going to finish through that last hole. So I'm actually going to knot it off completely, going through here. And then bring it through that bottom hole and just tie off. You can do double knot, single knot, as long as it's nice and tight. So now we have our one side. You see we have a little bit of looseness here so we can get that channel going. Once we do the other side, we have to do the other inside first. You never want to go and finish one side first, because then it'll it'll go to one side, so we try to do it evenly as possible. So we're gonna grab our other crosslace string and just repeat all of those processes again. So we got string, guide it through that hole. A little bit longer on the outside. Again, we make it a little bit longer on the outside so that when we cross it over and we have to do more work with the doubling up here, we have enough string. So we're gonna repeat the process. So we're gonna go over, and then we'll go under. And again, we have that loop. So I'm just doing it in a one swell move, but you can do it however you like. Again, pull tight, so it's a nice tight knot there, holding everything in place. Okay, then you go back to your leather and repeat the process. Go over, then we'll come under. Again, we have that loop that we need to go in, so we'll go in there. It's normal for the crosslace to shift a little bit, but you want to keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't get too loose. Okay. Over. And these are the last two, so we're going to continue going over and under, doubling up. Pull it nice and tight. Same thing. Over, under, through that loop. Pulling nice and tight. So now we're past the first 4 knots, so we're just going to go back to our singles once we get back over. So we do that, and then again, we're going to start to get tighter as we get lower. Okay. Then again, we do want to go all the way to that bottom one, just for consistency. So go here, and then again, gonna come around our leather just like a normal knot, but we're gonna make it, we're gonna actually tie it off. So we'll go under it one more time. Go under it. Tight. And then through that last hole. So now we have done the insides of our ProForm pocket. You can see they're a little loose on the outside, so we're going to go ahead and tighten them up just quickly. So we're just going to follow them up, make sure that there's any slack taken out that we don't need. And if anywhere you want it to be looser towards the top of the head, so the ball can sit there, and then a little looser, and then a little tighter towards the bottom. All right, so now we're gonna move to the outside. So everything that we just did stays the same with the exception of when we come back to the middle leather, we're actually gonna go under instead of over. So the same applies when we go to to the sidewall. Okay, we're gonna loop around the sidewall string. It's tough to see, but we're gonna go from the back side to the front side. Okay, coming up and making that knot. And then here, instead of going down in like this, we're actually gonna come up from the back side through that loop and then make sure that we lock it in. Then we're gonna go back to our sidewall going over. Gotta get it through this little hole here. All right, going through that hole, coming back. And then now again, we have to go under instead of over, so we're gonna go under through this hole. Make sure you lock it in. And then we go back to the sidewall. Leather, again going under through that hole we've already created, catching it through the loop. You can see these are a little loose. We're just going to go ahead and pull them down. Okay. Again, we'll probably go through this sidewall again. And then now we'll start to get a little bit tighter because we're getting towards the bottom of the head. We're past the halfway point, still going under. All right. And again, getting tighter as we move down, still going around the top on the outside, coming under when we go towards the leather. Sometimes you may have to go around to the other side so you can see what you're doing. Getting it through that hole. Again, making sure you catch that loop though. Round. Under. Loop. Round. Loop. And then our last one, I'm gonna go to the sidewall again. And this is actually going to be our last one because we knotted off that one down there. So we're going to come up through here. Again, it's nice and tight. And then we're going to lead it out through that hole that we used the last piece of Crosslace. So it's that bottom hole right here. We're just going to push it through the hole. Knot, got our double loop. Make sure it's nice and tight. Finish. All right, so we have half of it done. We just need to go ahead now and do the other side. So you're gonna take this, and we're gonna go to the outside. That first little segment of sidewall. We're gonna drive it through. Burned. So for the second outside, everything's gonna stay the same as this one. We're gonna take our cross lace, we're gonna go to the sidewall first. Make sure you get it through that first segment of sidewall. Again, going from the back side to the front side. And now that we're coming back to our leather, we go from the front side to the back side. And then again, you're gonna just find that bottom hole that you used for your last cross lace, guide the string through, and tie off. And then similar to our other strings, you definitely don't want to keep these this long, so you're gonna leave about an inch or two. Again, so these still have room for adjustment, but not so much that it's gonna be hitting you in the face while you're cradling or something. So we're just gonna go ahead about an inch, inch and a half. Cut them, and then definitely burn them so that they don't fray. All right, so we've done our cross lace top string in sidewall, and we'll just have to move on to our shooting strings now.